Okay. Hello, everybody, and lovely to be back again for another Florida Fest. Today, I'm going to tell you a bit more about Visit Central Florida, which is actually Polk County, and we call ourselves Florida's sweetest spot. And I will tell you why. If you look at this lovely map, right in the middle, that black area is Polk County, and we're bang right in the middle of the state of Florida. We're about 40 minutes from Tampa and 40 minutes from Orlando Airport, so easy to fly into either of the airports. We're also a great place for your clients to base themselves because we're literally, 35 to 40 minutes from the main attractions like Walt Disney World, Universal, and SeaWorld. And just over an hour to the Space Coast, to Kennedy Space Center, and about an hour either way to the West and East Coast beaches. We have what's so lovely about our area, Polk County, is we have lots of walkable towns and cities. Davenport, which is at the top northeast, and I'll be talking about some of our accommodations there later, but where probably a lot of Brits and Irish have actually stayed in our villas, not realizing that they're in Polk County as opposed to Kissimmee. Haines City, Winter Haven, and Lakeland. As I say, lots of lovely areas to walk about. Very different from the main Orlando kind of tourist areas where it's very much, you need to drive around. You can actually walk around and look at the lovely shops and cafes and restaurants. So we also are home to the Legoland Resort in Florida, and there are 3 hotels, the newest, the Pirate Island Hotel, and we have a fantastic new attraction that's just opened this January. It's Pirate River Quest. Legoland sits on the old Cypress Gardens resort, and it's a beautiful park that has actually been very sympathetically built by Legoland to keep all the natural trees and some of the existing buildings. So when you go to Legoland, it will feel very, very lush and green. And this new attraction, the River Quest, is actually on the old canals that used to be part of the attractions at Cypress Gardens. So you'll go on there with a real pirate. They're actual real boats, and you will go in looking for pirate treasures. So this is a great addition to Legoland's offering. Then last year, some of you will know that we opened the first Peppa Pig theme park in Florida, which is the largest in the UK, in the world, because we have the land in England, but this is actually a dedicated, and it's got its own gate, and it's just a couple of muddy puddles from Legoland's gates. Now, the great thing about this park, and actually Legoland as well, is that they're both autism registered parks, and also have some great accessibility guides that people can download before they go. With the autism side, all the rides are actually marked, telling all the different sensory things so that parents can, know what their children can go on and cannot go on. And also accessibility, for instance, that picture of the balloon ride, Peppa's Balloon Ride. Children in wheelchairs can actually be wheeled onto the attraction. They don't have to dismount and then be moved on. So a lot of thought has really been put into that. And all the staff have had to go through training to make sure that they know everything about the parks to help parents have a great day with their children. We're also got some of Florida's sweetest attractions. We've got on the top left there, you've got Bok Tower Gardens. It's probably one of the oldest attractions in Florida. It's a beautiful botanical gardens, and at the center is this 206-meter tower, singing tower, and it's actually got bells, carillon bells, and it's played at the foot by this kind of piano keyboard, and they have concerts there every day and during different seasons, Christmas and Easter and spring. They've got lots of activities. On the other side, you've got Hammock Hollow, which is part of Bok Tower Gardens, which is a beautiful outdoor playing area. And again, it's somewhere you can take your children, and there's no queues. You pay your entry, and you can spend the whole day there, and they can just play in the shade of the lovely vegetation there. In the center there, where we've got that rather scary-looking bird, is Safari Wilderness. This is not a zoo; it's a safari park, and they do tours 3 times a day. You can go by safari truck, or you can actually do your own drive-through safari. And it's very much the animals there are all living like they would in their natural habitat. So there's no kind of tricks of how they get fed, and it's definitely worth a half-day trip to see that. You can also go and pick your own fruit in our orange groves in Polk County. So that's definitely a good one. I've been there and done that. And Ridge Island Groves make the most amazing orange ice cream. So definitely worth a visit. This is our newest attraction. It's a beautiful Bonnet Springs Park and Florida Children's Museum. This is a kind of urban park in Lakeland, and it's free to go to. The Children's Museum does have a fee. It's $15 for parents and $5 for children. And it's again a great autism center. So if you're looking to do something around the Lakeland area, it's definitely worth a visit. So I'm trying to be very professional and click these. So embracing the great outdoors, we actually have more lakes than the entire state of Florida, over 550 lakes, just by the geography of Central Florida. So there's something for everybody to do, whether you just want to go out on a pontoon boat or you want to go paddleboarding, kayaking, bird watching. There's so much to do for those that really want to get away for the kind of the hustle and bustle of the main tourist attractions and just see Florida for what it's really like. We also have many events throughout the year. We're actually the home to the World Water Skiing Championships. We ran them last year, but we got lots of water skiing going there, obviously with all those wonderful lakes. And as I mentioned earlier, we have Block Tower Gardens that puts on events throughout the year. And then at the bottom, we have Westgate River Ranch that runs a rodeo every Saturday night. And even if you're not a guest, you can still go along and watch people from all over the state come to compete. And they've got hay rides and barbecues and a salon bar that you're welcome to go to. Children are welcome till 10 o'clock. So definitely a great opportunity to go and see the real Florida, because we are a cattle farming state like Texas. So it's kind of ingrained in our culture. We have a whole host of accommodations. As I mentioned before, on the northeast of our county, we sit next to Kissimmee, and we have over 7,000 villas, anything from one bedrooms to multi-rooms with swimming pools and movie rooms. We have all the main brands of hotels and your Hyatts and Hiltons, and we also have Westgate River Ranch, which is a very lovely favorite. Is they have luxury glamping, so they have all sorts of accommodations there. They have lodges and a hotel, but you can stay in these amazing teepees, and the photograph doesn't really do it justice, because when you actually walk into them, they're huge, and they've got roll top baths in the bathroom and open fireplaces. And in the evenings, the guys come and they set up a fire for you, so you can do campfires. And there's also lots of activities there: zip lining, horse riding. So definitely, I would say, take a look at Westgate River Ranch. We're also home to Streamsong Resort, which is one of the top luxury golf resorts in Florida. They've got 3 championship golf courses, which are quite unique because, again, the geography of the area, because the rest of Florida is quite flat. They have 5 restaurants, which are all highly acclaimed 5-star restaurants, and they have an amazing spa for those of you like me that are non-golfers. We've got this fantastic new accommodation. It's Camp Margaritaville RV Resort and Cabana Cabins. I was lucky to be there recently to have a look around, and it's got this really fantastic beach vibe, lots of things for children to do. If you've not got an RV, then they've got these fantastic cabanas that sleep up to 6, self-catering, but there's so much to do. But there's pools and bars and pizza that you can, you don't have to cook there. And for those who maybe want the RV experience but don't want to hire an RV, they do have some static RVs that guests can actually book. And the bottom there is Wild Safari Wilderness that I mentioned to you before. They've now come with some glamping opportunities, so you can actually go out and camp amongst the animals. Food and drink. As I said, we're away from you. Well, we're not far from a Denny's if you need to get to a Denny's, but we have lots of family-run businesses and restaurants, and lots of breweries, and we have wineries, and we've got this beautiful high, top dining like the Terrace Hotel below, fine dining experiences and lots of lovely lakeside dining. So again, being out there in the fresh air and enjoying some of the real Florida. Anyway, that's my presentation. We're going to show you a video now, but thank you very much. And please do go to the partner room if you want more information on our training.